A cybersecurity degree from a private university will cost you $197,000. A bootcamp training and certification sits somewhere around $17,000, while community college and SAT is about $9,000. Any of these three can get you the same $85,000 starting job. And after almost a decade in cybersecurity, I've hired people from all three paths. The companies I work with don't care which path you took, they care if you can protect their systems and data. So that leaves you with a major decision. Do you still need to spend 4 years and thousands of dollars to get a degree, or are there alternatives just as effective? Look, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to show you the numbers that no one else is showing you. I've watched people take different paths, some with degrees, some without. Some succeed, some struggle. But the difference isn't always what you think. So here's what I will break down for you today. I will start by showing you the real cost of a cybersecurity degree, not just tuition, but what it really costs you to pursue a degree. Then we'll look at how fast each path gets you making good money. Also, we'll talk about when a degree makes financial sense and when it doesn't. And finally, what really happens to your career with or without that piece of paper. I've hired people, fired people, and worked alongside hundreds of security pros. I've seen who rises and who doesn't. I'm giving you the straight fact so you can decide what is right for you. If you want more real talk about tech careers without the sugar coating, hit subscribe and turn on notification. I have more breakdowns like this coming and you don't want to miss it. So let's talk real cost, not just what the university tells you, the full cost of getting a cybersecurity degree today. Of course, the most obvious one is tuition. Public universities charge about $40,000 for 4 years. Private universities stand somewhere between $120,000 to $250,000, while community college to 4-year transfer cost about $30,000. But that's just the beginning of the expenses. There's a whole lot more most people miss. Let's start with the money you're not making while in school. If you could work an entry-level IT job making $50,000 a year, that's $200,000 you don't earn over 4 years. Then we have lost investment growth. This is the money you're not making because there is no direct monetary gain from paying fees, at least not immediately. So let's use that $150,000 you will be paying to earn a private degree as an example. If you invested it instead at 8% growth in 30 years, it will be worth $1.5 million. Yeah, you heard me, $1.5 million. And I'm not done yet. Another angle to this is the delayed career timeline. Every promotion and raise happens 4 years later than if you started working now. Now add it all up. A 4-year degree isn't costing you $40,000 or $150,000. Okay, when you count everything, all these different hidden costs that I've just mentioned, it can cost you over $2 million across your career. $2 million to earn a cybersecurity degree. I want you to keep that at the front of your mind as we continue. So let's look at other alternatives that I've seen work for people as well. One of them is a cybersecurity bootcamp, which will typically cost you $15,000 to $20,000 for 3 to 6 months, and some certifications for another $30,000, right? Total is under $25,000, and you are working 3 to 5 years sooner. Another option is a community college with certifications, which you can get for about $15,000 over 2 years. Now, you can keep going for a bachelor's later if you want, while already earning. Okay, you're already making money, and we can't leave out getting self-taught with certifications, which you can do for under $5,000 if you're disciplined and motivated. Now, the math is quite clear. For every year earlier you start working in cybersecurity, you make about $100,000 more over your career from earlier salary, faster promotions, and investment growth. But listen clearly, I'm not saying investing in a cybersecurity degree is a bad idea. No, in fact, a degree can be the right choice in certain situations. For example, if you're getting big scholarships that bring the cost way down, by all means, go for it. It could even be that you're working in IT while studying, so you're gaining experience and making money at the same time. That's a good reason to get a degree too. Another situation where a cybersecurity degree comes in handy is if you're aiming for government jobs or research positions that still require degrees, or if you're young and want to, you want the full college experience and connections. All of these are good enough reasons to get a cybersecurity degree. But now the real question isn't, is a degree worth it? The question you should be asking is a degree worth it for me in my situation with my goals. I've seen too many people go $150,000 in debt because that's what you're supposed to do, without running the numbers for their specific cases. It's sad, but it happens a lot more than you get to hear about. It does. So if this is the kind of truth you wish you heard earlier, subscribe now. Let's talk about what actually happens in your career with or without that degree. I've tracked the careers of hundreds of cybersecurity professionals over the past decade. Let me show you what the data says about the real-world career progression. First, let's address a key statistic. 1/4 to 1/3 of all cybersecurity professionals that are working today don't have a bachelor's degree. Not that they don't have a cybersecurity degree, they don't have any at all, like 0 degrees. And among those who do have degrees, nearly half earned them in completely unrelated fields like history, psychology, business, you name it. That means the majority of people currently working in cybersecurity either don't have a degree or have one that has nothing to do with cybersecurity. But here's what most people don't understand about cybersecurity careers. Your initial entry method matters far less than what you do in your first 2 years on the job. I've seen degree holders who get comfortable, stop learning, and stall out completely. And I've seen self-taught professionals who become obsessed with mastering new skills and rocket past everyone else. Your first 24 months in the industry set your trajectory far more than your education path. Now, let's talk about something that keeps many people up at night. That's the career ceiling. The idea that without a degree, you will eventually hit a wall. Is it real? The answer is yes and no, but let me explain. So, in certain environments like government agencies, defense contractors, research labs, and some traditional financial institutions, a lack of degree can absolutely block your advancement beyond a certain point. These organizations, they often use degree requirements as, like automatic filters for senior positions and management roles. But talk of tech companies, startups, most private enterprises, and increasingly even in traditional sectors, that ceiling is crumbling fast. I personally know security architects and senior pen testers making $200,000 plus without degrees. The career ceiling isn't universal, okay? It's environment specific, and you get to choose your environment. So let me use 2 people I have as examples so you can really get this. I won't be using their real names, of course. So let's say their names are James and Michael. James spent $160,000 on a prestigious cybersecurity degree, graduated at 22, took 6 months to find his first job as a SOC analyst making $75,000. Meanwhile, Michael started in IT help desk at 18, making $45,000. While working, he earned Security Plus, CISA Plus, and CCNA certifications, costing $2,000 total. At 22, he moved into a junior security role at $65,000. By 22, when James was graduating, Michael was earning $85,000 as a security analyst with 4 years of paid experience. Now they are 30. They are both successful. James as a security engineer making $130,000. Michael as a senior security consultant making $145,000. The degree didn't hurt James, but it didn't put him ahead either, and it cost him $160,000 plus 4 years of earning potentials. Now, there's a misconception that certifications only matter for entry-level jobs. It should interest you to know that the data shows exactly the opposite. Once you are 3 to 5 years into your cybersecurity career, professional certifications often become more valuable than degrees. Now, just look at the compensation bumps. CISSP adds an average of $25,000 to your salary. Then, cloud security certifications like AWS Security Specialty or CCSP can add $15,000 to $20,000, while specialized certifications like OSCP for penetration testing can increase your value by $30,000 in the right role. Another factor that most people don't talk about enough is specialization. The truth is, early specialization often accelerates your career far more than any degree. If you become the go-to expert in cloud security, IoT security, or threat intelligence, right? Areas with massive skills shortages, you will advance faster than a generalist with a fancy degree. I've seen self-taught specialists in their 20s out earning PhD holders in their 30s because they focused on mastering high-demand niches that companies desperately need. While the cost implication is usually what most videos like this focus on, there's something else that matters enormously that nobody talks about: your learning style and your personal motivation. Some people genuinely thrive in structured university environment. They need the framework, the deadlines, the peer pressure. They need all that to succeed. Others learn better by diving deep into specific technologies on their own schedule, solving real problems, building things that interest them. If you're someone who understands structure and accountability to learn effectively, the degree path might be worth the premium. If you're self-motivated and hands-on, alternative path will likely give you better returns. But let me tell you what truly determines your career trajectory in cybersecurity. 1, your technical competence. Can you actually do the work? 2, your ability to continuously learn new skills as the field evolves. 3, your problem-solving capabilities when facing new threats. 4, your communication skills. Can you explain complex issues to non-technical people? And 5, your professional network and reputation in the industry. None of these require a 4-year degree. None. All of them require deliberate practice and development. I'm not saying degrees have no value, far from it. For some people, in some context, they are absolutely worth it. But what I'm saying is that your career success depends far more on what you do after your education than on which educational path you choose. The education industry has a financial interest in telling you that degrees are the only legitimate path. The certification industry wants to sell you certifications. All I'm doing here is showing you the career reality so you can make your own decision based on your circumstances, your learning style, right? And even your career goals. So I believe you now have a better understanding of the factors you need to put into consideration before making a decision. Now, but before I move on, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you've gotten value so far. You know, I get a lot of messages from people asking how they can break into cybersecurity. It's tough, especially if you're like how I used to be, stuck in a job that doesn't pay enough, or feeling like you've hit a wall. I get it. That is why I created something more than just these videos you're watching. Something structured, practical, and focused on real action. It's called the 5-day Cybersecurity Job Challenge. This isn't just content you'll binge and forget. We're talking hands-on learning, real skills, and daily guidance. 2 hours a day for 5 days. It's all designed to push you from thinking about change to actually making it happen. Look, I love making these YouTube videos, but let's be honest, how many times have you watched a great video, thought, I'm going to do something about that, and then didn't? That is why this challenge is different. It's designed to be your support, okay? We're not just learning, you're giving tasks, actionable steps every single day with live Q&As where I personally help you avoid mistakes and land the jobs that will change your life. Watching my videos is great, but if you want to go beyond watching, if you're ready to take real steps toward a $250,000 career a year, come join the challenge. The link is in the description below. You can't miss it. Now, enjoy the rest of this video, but don't forget to come back when you're ready to take that next step. Let's look at what employers really want in 2025, not what they wanted in 2010. First, let's address the degree requirement shift. In 2023, ISACA found that only 44% of organizations still require a degree for entry-level cybersecurity positions. That means the majority, which is 56%, don't require one at all. More shocking is the fact that 39% of companies with unfilled cyber jobs are now open to hiring candidates with no degree, no experience, and no credentials for junior positions. This isn't just happening at scrappy startups. IBM dropped degree requirements for over 50% of their US jobs. IBM. While Google, Apple, Bank of America, they're all moving in the same direction. Even the federal government, the most bureaucratic employer in America, recently updated their hiring practices to remove unnecessary degree requirements for cybersecurity roles. But here's what employers do want though. This is what they want. And this is critical. Top of the list is practical skills that solve real problems. Can you detect an intrusion? Configure a firewall? Respond to an incident? Secure a cloud environment? Okay. Next is certifications that validate specific knowledge. Security Plus, CISSP, Cloud Security Cert, specialized credentials that prove you know what you are doing in specific domains. And after that are projects and portfolios that now demonstrate your abilities. Okay, a GitHub repository of security tools that you've built, write-up of vulnerabilities that you found, a home lab where you practice defensive techniques. Now for GRC roles specifically, Employers want to see documentation skills like security policy templates that you've created, compliance frameworks that you've mapped out, and risk assessment methodologies that you've developed. Look, the most valuable security professional is not the one with the fanciest degree. Is the one who can identify and solve security problems and solve it effectively. When a company is experiencing a breach, they don't care where you learn to stop it. They care that you can actually stop it. That said, degrees still hold value in specific contexts. Research positions often require advanced degree because the work is more theoretical and academic. Government and defense roles may also have degree requirements baked into their hiring system. Though, even this is changing rapidly. International work sometimes needs degrees for visa purposes, okay? And some traditional corporate environments, they still use degrees as proxy signal for competence. Though this practice is fading as skills-based hiring is taking over. So this is what it comes down to. What is the right path for you? Ask yourself these questions, okay? Number one, what's your financial situation? If you can get a degree with minimal debt, it remains a solid opinion. If you're looking at 6 figures of loans, then the alternative path are much better for you to consider. Number two, what's your learning style? Do you thrive in structured academic environment, or do you learn better by doing? 3, what's your timeline? Can you afford to spend 4 years before earning a full salary, or do you need to start making money sooner? And 4, what specific roles are you targeting? Research the actual requirement for the exact positions that companies you want to work for are actually hiring for right now. Now, there's no one right answer that works for everyone. The mathematics and career outcomes are simply different for different situations. A cybersecurity degree can be a fantastic investment for some people. It can be financially devastating for others. The difference comes down to your specific circumstances, your goals, and how you leverage whatever path you choose. Honestly, the cybersecurity industry doesn't care about your credentials nearly as much as it cares about your capabilities. So focus on building those capabilities in the most efficient way possible for you. Whatever path you choose, make sure you're getting real hands-on experience. Build a portfolio of projects, okay? Earn relevant certifications, and then connecting with professionals in the field. That is key. Do these things and you will succeed, degree or no degree. You don't need permission to build a great career. You just need clarity, you need consistency, and you need the right skills. Please, I'm begging you, don't let a degree define your potential. Let your ability to solve real problems do that for you, okay? And if you found value in this breakdown, please hit the subscribe and the notification bell. In the coming weeks, I have even more eye-opening videos lined up. You definitely don't want to miss them. Leave a comment below with your questions about specific education path that you want to follow, and I will do my best to answer them. In my usual manner, I hope I've been able to leave you better than I met you today. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. You know, I get a lot of messages from people asking how they can break into cybersecurity. It's tough, especially if you're like how I used to be, stuck in a job that doesn't pay enough, or feeling like you've hit a wall. I get it. That is why I created something more than just these videos you're watching. Something structured, practical, and focused on real action. It's called the 5-day Cybersecurity Job Challenge. This isn't just content you'll binge and forget. We're talking hands-on learning, real skills, and daily guidance. 2 hours a day for 5 days. It's all designed to push you from thinking about change to actually making it happen. Look, I love making these YouTube videos, but let's be honest, how many times have you watched a great video, thought, I'm going to do something about that, and then didn't? That is why this challenge is different. It's designed to be your support, okay? We're not just learning, you're giving tasks, actionable steps every single day with live Q&As where I personally help you avoid mistakes and land the jobs that will change your life. Watching my videos is great, but if you want to go beyond watching, if you're ready to take real steps toward a $250,000 career a year, come join the challenge. The link is in the description below. You can't miss it.